I started as a student nurse in a psychiatric hospital in the middle of Ireland in September 1980 and saw a culture that really shocked me. The way we treated patients in that system would be considered as abuse now, but at the time it was just normalised. It was quite disturbing, and I found it personally really difficult to cope with. My experience really shaped how I viewed what was important in relation to nursing and care, and I held that with me really the whole way through the rest of my career. That became the driver really for the person-centred work that I've been passionate about ever since. The research that I do focuses on trying to create cultures where people are treated as persons within the health and social care system, not just the patient, but also the staff. My own specialist area is residential long-term care or nursing home type work. Older people struggle to speak out, and often then they're just treated as less of a person and more of an object. The patient and staff are very much embedded in a system that is often very hierarchical, is dominated by management systems that are often based on an industrial model of people getting through a system in a most efficient and effective way. The focus is on the symptoms and the treatment and the management of the person, but actually who the person is can become secondary within all of that. My work has very much been about challenging that and saying, who is this person? What is their values? What are their dreams, hopes, desires for their future, irrespective of their dementia or their cognitive decline or their physical disability? What is it that they're really wanting from their life?
Oh, hello. Hiya.
The outcome that we're aiming for is what we call this healthful culture. And a healthful culture is one where everyone flourishes, where everybody is at their best. You have leaders who create spaces for staff to engage in conversation and to constantly be striving to be better.
Kathy loved it. She loved it. It was just her and it was just the care team. We just created that for her.
Psychological safety is critical to people being able to flourish because we know from some of the biggest healthcare scandals that staff often don't feel able to speak up when they know things are wrong. And that's a really, really destructive place for people to be in. And it leads to really poor outcomes for patients. We use all kinds of creative methods to help people to think differently about the way they see their everyday work. I use the art and critical creative work mainly with staff teams to help them to think differently about their culture and their practice. We know 15 minutes of that kind of work can bring about substantial shifts in people's thinking or perspectives. Something about the box ticking as well, that's very strong in your work?
It is. I think there's a lot of requirements, there's lots of guidance around the way we work, and I think it can also confine us to this is what we do here, this is how we've always done it.
I'm one of 10 children, traditional Irish Catholic family, the only one to go to university. Many years later came out as being gay. So I guess I had always felt slightly out of place and didn't really know who I was as a person. That search for personhood has been a really personal journey as much as it has been a professional one. My ambition is very much about person-centeredness being at the heart of everything that we think about, that it's thought about first when we're designing systems, when we're educating healthcare workers, and that's how we naturally think about healthcare. And I will carry on striving for that.